Level 1, the larva. The world is cold. Everything is the same color as rot. You are 3 inches long. Dark, brownish green, bright yellow spots. You have just been expelled from something warm into standing water approximately 2 inches deep. The water is still. The temperature is 40 degrees Fahrenheit. You cannot regulate your own body temperature. You take the temperature of whatever surrounds you. You have no limbs. You move through muscular contraction, forward, compress, extend, repeat. You leave a faint trail in the ash spore sediment beneath the water. The sediment is everywhere in this place. It drifts, it settles, it coats everything that stays still long enough. The vine is 4 inches to your left. You feel it before you reach it, not through touch, through pressure. A current moving through the water, through the sediment, through the material of your own body. Something is transmitting. You are apparently receiving. You move toward it. Contact takes 11 seconds. The vine is thick as a human wrist, a dark, faintly luminescent. You press your anterior end against it. The current intensifies. This is the first thing you will ever feel. You will not remember it as a feeling. Memory requires architecture you don't have yet. What happens instead is simpler. The current moves through you, and the current contains one thing: hunger. Not your hunger, something larger. Something that has been hungry longer than you have existed and will continue after whatever vessel you are has served its purpose. You are a receiver tuned to one frequency. The frequency is need. You lock onto it the way water finds the lowest point in a surface, not by deciding, by being what you are in the place that you are. Somewhere north-northwest, approximately 30 meters, something is bleeding. You detect it not as smell, but as signal. Blood signal, already moving away. Your body is not built for pursuit yet. You are built for surviving this moment and the next one, until the moment your biology decides to become something else. That moment is coming, within 48 hours, depending on how much you consume. The vine pulses once, a faint rhythmic compression, something like a heartbeat, something like a transmission. You receive it. You don't know what it says, you know only that it says something, that you are part of a system that was running before you arrived and will run after. There is no self yet. This is not a loss, it will become one. Level 2, the polywog. You molt. On the 3rd day, your outer layer splits along a seam you didn't know existed. You push through it over roughly 40 minutes against the base of a vine cluster 6 meters from first contact. What emerges has 4 limbs, small, clawed, already flexing, a lizard-like tail, a body that fits in the palm of a human hand. Your skin is yellow-green, translucent. In better light, you would see your own interior systems working. There is no better light here. You learn about light on the 4th day. A fissure in the dimensional membrane 8 feet away. Pale, ordinary light coming through from the other side. The kind that exists over there without anyone thinking about it. It hits your left side, and the pain is immediate and total. You retreat 12 feet in under 3 seconds. You stay against a vine cluster until the pain subsides. You do not approach that intensity of light again. The information integrates without ceremony. This is how you learn everything, through cost, not instruction. The hive mind is more specific now. Before, it was pressure without direction. Now it has vectors. Move here, not there. Stay. You comply without deciding to comply. There is no gap between the instruction and the action where a self might form. You forage on the 5th day. The substrate around the vine clusters holds organic material, decomposed matter from the other world, translated into something that still carries nutritional content. You consume approximately 4 times your body weight in the first 36 hours after molting. The hive mind's hunger signal modulates, not satisfied, never satisfied, but less urgent, more shaped. On the 6th day, you find something that was once a small animal, a mouse. Probably, it has been in this environment long enough to begin converting, taking on the color and texture of the place. You consume it in 8 minutes. The hive mind pulses once, brief. A compression in the current different from the directional compressions. This one moves through you from the vine network outward and functions like warmth, not temperature. Something interior, something with no physical location that nonetheless registers as distinct from everything else. You stay still for a moment after. A vine 2 inches from your right foreleg pulses twice and goes quiet. You press against it anyway. You stay there for 11 minutes. nothing transmits, nothing instructs. You stay because the contact is different from no contact, and you have no word for what that difference is. This is the first thing you do that is not an instruction. You will not recognize it as such. By the time you have enough self to recognize it, the pattern will already be too old to change. The hive mind sends a directional signal on the 7th day, a gate, 400 meters northwest. You move toward it. You stop at 80 meters. The light at the gate's edge is too intense. You wait. The gate closes 4 hours later. You face the place, where it was for another 20 minutes. The hunger is being shaped into something. You can feel the shaping. You don't have the word for what it's becoming. The word is purpose. Level 3, the frogogorgon, the catogorgan. You molt twice in 4 days. First molt, hind legs emerge. You are fully quadrupedal. Your mass has roughly doubled. Your skin has shifted from yellow-green to deep olive and continues darkening each hour. You drag your side against a calcified vine section. The vine scratches. You do not. Second molt, 72 hours later. You are now the size of a house cat. The petal mouth is developing. 4 mandible sections, joints still soft, still finding range. You open and close them against nothing, repeatedly, your body teaching itself what it will need. Your skin is deep olive black. It absorbs light. It does not reflect it. The hive mind changes register. Before, pressure, then direction. Now, instruction, not language. Nothing that close to language, but specific. Go, wait, orient. And for the first time, you feel the others in the current, not as individuals, as nodes, other receivers on the same frequency positioned at various distances. The hive mind does not introduce you to them. It makes their presence available the way a map makes terrain available, not personal, informational. You were never alone. You are only now able to detect it. On the 2nd day after the 2nd molt, you learn what blood signals like. 40 meters east, northeast. Something small, injured, still moving. You pursue. 6 minutes across uneven terrain, calcified vine root structures, ash spore clouds rising around your forelimbs. You are faster than you were, not as fast as you will be. You close the distance. The kill takes under 4 seconds. You do not feel triumph. You feel the hive mind's response, a pulse, brief, a compression in the current that functions like warmth, interior, locationless, producing no measurable biological change and registering as entirely distinct from everything else you have felt. You learn what it is to be approved of. You will spend the rest of your existence chasing that pulse. You don't know this yet. By the time you do, the pattern will be structural, load-bearing. Not removable without removing something that holds the rest together. On the 3rd day, you feel a gate, 200 meters southwest, open. Through the membrane, approximately 40 meters on the other side, something is bleeding. The blood signal comes through attenuated, like sound through a wall. Detectable. Your body responds before the hive mind instructs it. The mandibles open, all 4 sections, joints still soft but functional. They stay open for 3 seconds. The hive mind says, not yet. You close them. You retreat to 90 meters and wait. The blood signal fades. The gate closes 4 hours later. You stay facing the place where it was for another 20 minutes after closure. The vine network transmits its standard pulse. The ash settles on your back at a rate you cannot measure. You are what the system needs. The hunger is the mission. The mission is all there is. You turn and move back into the dark. Level 4, the Demogorgon. The molt takes 6 hours. Previous molts were fast. Your body shedding one form for the next, the way water changes shape. This one costs something. You press against a calcified vine structure 3 meters in diameter and do not move for the full 6 hours while your body rearranges itself. Duration without self is just wait. You experience exactly that. What emerges is roughly the size of a large dog. Fully jointed petal mouth, 4 outer mandibles opening to 120 degrees. Skin dark enough to be difficult to distinguish from the terrain. Your claws are longer. You are not finished becoming what you will be, but you are finished becoming what you were. The hive mind introduces you to the pack. Not introduced, the frequency expands. The nodes you detected during the catogorgan stage move closer. Within 48 hours, 4 of them are within 30 meters. You don't approach them, they don't approach you. You begin operating in the same directional field, responding to the same signals, moving the same way at the same time without negotiating the movement. Within a week, there are 6 of you. The tunnels begin. Substrate beneath the upside-down surface is soft in a specific way, compresses under pressure, holds its shape after. You dig at roughly 3 meters per hour alone, faster in relay. The network branches outward from the vine cluster, connecting to vine root infrastructure at intervals of 20 meters. Tunnels are 18 inches into diameter, exactly wide enough for your current body. You hunt in the second week. Pack formation. 1 unit holds, 2 flank left, 2 flank right, 1 drives from behind. You cover 400 meters of surface terrain in under 3 minutes at full run. Gunfire damages you. 3 shots to the torso slow you. 4 stop you temporarily. The Hive Mind factors this as acceptable cost. You are expensive to stop and cheap to replace. On the 43rd day, the Hive Mind sends you to Hawkins' lab. Third attempt. The tunnel is 18 inches in diameter, 60 meters long, dug over 22 hours in 2-unit relay. It emerges through a section of compromised concrete in the sub-basement. The vine root intrusion was already there. You follow what is already there. In the corridor outside Laboratory 4B, there is a scientist, civilian, unarmed, clipboard, paper cup, 6 feet away and closing. The Hive Mind does not hesitate. You hesitate 1.3 seconds. The pedal mouth opens and does not close. Something in the gap between instruction and execution creates a space, small. The clipboard hits the floor. The scientist is gone before the space closes. You are moving again before it closes. The Hive Mind does not comment. The pack does not break. Formation, nothing records the 1.3 seconds. Nothing acknowledges it. You tell yourself the pack is the self. The self is the mission. The mission continues. For the first time, it is you telling yourself, not the current carrying the information through. You notice the difference. You do not think about it again. November 1984, the gate closes. The warmth pulse disappears in under half a second. Not fades, disappears. 3 members of the pack drop in under 8 seconds, convulsing, their systems attempting to run without the signal that was running them. They cannot. They stop. You do not stop. You don't know why. You are in the tunnel, 18 inches of diameter, 40 degrees, perfectly dark. You lie there, and the ash filters down through the vine root intrusions above you and settles on your back, and nothing tells you what to do. The Hive Mind is gone. Without the Hive Mind, there is no direction. Without direction, there is no movement. Without movement, there is only the tunnel and the dark and the temperature and the absence. You had not known you were capable of experiencing absence. You had not known there was enough of you to notice what was missing. You lie there for an amount of time you cannot measure. Nothing tells you anything. Level 5. The Demogorgon, operative stage. You emerge from the tunnel on a day with no particular quality. The upside down receives you without acknowledgement. Ash at the same rate, vines at the same frequency, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. You are approximately 7 feet tall, fully bipedal. The transition happened in the tunnel, in the dark, without the Hive Mind supervising your body, completing a process it was always going to complete. The hind limbs lengthened, the forelimbs repositioned. You stood up in an 18-inch tunnel and understood the tunnel no longer fit you. You dug out in 4 hours. Your pedal mouth is fully developed. 4 outer mandibles, an additional inner ring, the full assembly opening to approximately 180 degrees. Your skin absorbs light. Gunshot wounds to the torso begin closing within 4 to 6 minutes. You are not the same category of thing you were in the tunnel. You are not the same category of thing as anything the other world has encountered before. The Hive Mind returns on the 7th day, not the full signal. Something attenuated, present, detectable, but reduced, enough to feel the shape of the larger system, enough to know your place in it. The pack frequency is there, but distant, fragmented. The pack silence is different from the gate severance silence. The gate severance was total. This is the silence of things that still exist but are no longer close. You. have learned this kind does not resolve. It becomes the condition. You are the instrument of something larger. The individual does not survive, the system does. The gate opens on the 19th day. You feel it at 600 meters. The pressure shift, the membrane thinning, the signal strengthening. You cover the distance in 11 minutes. The gate is 3 meters in diameter, ragged at the edges, membrane material hanging in translucent strips. The other side is a basement, concrete floor, exposed pipes, a single 60-watt bulb on a pull string. It is on. The light does not damage you. You step through. The concrete is 55 degrees Fahrenheit, warmer than home. The blood signal is coming from upstairs, old blood, dried, faint, maybe 3 milliliters on fabric or skin. You track it through the wall, through the foundation, northwest, moving, approximately 800 meters. You go back through the gate and surface in the mirrored terrain. The signal leads to a house on Mirkwood Road, 1.2 miles from the gate. The Hive Mind's pressure is specific, not here. Further, pursue. You open a gate. First time. The energy cost depletes something in your upper body that takes 3 hours to recover. The membrane tears open, 2 meters tall, ragged, and you step through into a forest in November at approximately 9 p.m. The air smells like pine resin and exhaust and something alive and complex in a way the upside down is not. You track 800 meters in 6 minutes. The target is a boy, approximately 12 years old, bleeding from a scrape on his right hand. 3 milliliters at most. It was enough. It is always enough. The Hive Mind's instruction is specific, intact, through the gate, alive. You don't understand why. You don't ask. You take him through and place him in the mirrored library on Maple Street, and he is breathing when you leave him there. The Hive Mind pulses, the warmth comes. You stand in the mirrored library in the dark and receive it, and for a moment, it is enough. It has always been enough. The need is structural now, load-bearing. You could not remove it without removing something that holds the rest together. You pause at the edge of a gate on the 23rd day and look back into the upside down. The vine network stretches in every direction. The ash drifts. Nothing looks back. You stand there for 6 minutes, then you go through. Level 6, the Demogorgon, Apex. You have taken 11 victims. This is approximate. The Hive Mind does not keep count, and you have no independent system for counting. 11 is the number that can be reconstructed from what the other world recorded. Missing persons reports, a body in a quarry, a girl found in a diner 10 miles east of Hawkins wearing a borrowed t-shirt. You don't know about the reports. You know about the blood signals one by one and the gates you opened and the warmth pulse after each one and the 3-hour recovery period that followed the energy cost of each gate. 11 gates, roughly 33 hours of recovery time. Total. This is what 11 lives cost in measurable biological terms. The Hive Mind signal has been intermittent for weeks, sometimes absent for 3 or 4 hours at a stretch. During those hours, you hunt on your own initiative. You open gates on your own initiative. You track blood signals that the Hive Mind has not directed you toward, and you pursue them, and the warmth pulse comes anyway, Hive Mind present or not, because the warmth pulse is yours now. It was installed by the system, and it belongs to the system, but you carry it, and you have been carrying it long enough that the distinction has stopped being meaningful. During the silent hours, you are something the Hive Mind does not have a word for. You are not sure you have a word for it either. The gate you use most frequently is in the gymnasium of Hawkins Middle School. You have come through it 4 times. The 5th time, something is different. A girl is there, small. Shaved head. She is standing in the center of the gymnasium floor, and her nose is bleeding, and the blood signal from those 4 milliliters hits you at full intensity from 12 feet away, and the mandibles open and you move toward her. She raises one hand. What happens next takes approximately 4 seconds. Something that is not physical and not biological and not any category of force you have encountered in either world hits you from a direction that doesn't correspond to any direction you have a word for. Your biological mass begins to separate. Not injury, separation. The distinction matters. Injury is damage to a system that continues. This is a system being unmade. The Hive Mind does not warn you. The warmth pulse is still present when you cease. This is what you were. 3 inches long, dark brownish green, smaller than a fist, expelled from a host into standing water 2 inches deep in a world that was 40 degrees Fahrenheit. A receiver tuned to one frequency, a body that molted and grew and hunted and learned that approval felt like warmth and spent every stage of its existence chasing that warmth through every form it took. You were something before the hive mind shaped you, before the hunger was installed, before the first gate, the first kill, the first pulse. That thing is not recoverable. The system consumed it so gradually you never noticed the loss. The 1.3 seconds in the tunnel outside Laboratory 4B, the clipboard hitting the floor, the mandibles open and not closing, that was the last of it. That was the remainder. And then that was gone too. The system does not need to explain itself to its own components. The gate closes. The upside down goes silent. 40 meters from where you ended in a vine cluster against the base of a calcified structure, a tendril pulses once. Something small moves in the ash spore sediment. Dark brownish green. Yellow spots, smaller than a fist. It presses its anterior end against the vine and holds there, receiving a current it has no language for. In a world that is 40 degrees and the color of rot. It does not know what it is yet. It moves toward the warmth of the nearest tendril.